Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always. My co-host, Mr. Zack Partridge, in the house. What up, dog?
What's up, Holmes?
Another Fighter Spotlight podcast. Welcoming back Mr. Joel Haro, who will be fighting this Saturday, Fierce Fighting Championship number 21 at the Maverick Center. Hit the link for your tickets. Joel, welcome back, brother.
What is going on, guys? So good to see you guys. Happy to be back on the podcast. I'm glad we're able to make this happen too, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We were just talking, Zack and I were just talking. We haven't recorded this much in, 3 months, Zack?
Oh, easily.
It's been at least 3 months that just schedules are all over the place. I took a different job. Yeah, it's been crazy, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I feel you on that. Training every day, working every day. But hey, we're making it happen, man. Glad to be back.
Joel, give us your thoughts. Co-main event, title fight, first pro title fight. What's this been like? Ooh, I see a couple belts in the background there.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I got all my belts back here as well. You guys can see that a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I'm holding my phone today on this one, so forget about that. But anyway, I feel pretty good, man. Training was awesome. I honestly train for every fight, like if it's a big fight like this, so I'm sure Jason can attest to that, how hard I'm training. And I was actually talking to Jason yesterday, like this camp couldn't have gone any better, training wise and even training partner wise. I've been training a lot with Samson Fomabout and also Boyd. I think you pronounce his last name Abernethy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, two high-level jiu-jitsu guys helping me getting ready for Warren as well. So yeah, dude. We've been grinding every single day since pretty much my last fight camp. I'm never out of camp, so I'm always training. I'm always, I'm doing my strength and conditioning every day. I guess the only thing I'm really adding in is a little bit more longer runs. But yeah, dude, camp's been awesome. Yeah, I'm just super excited. I look at this fight as another fight towards the actual goal, like this title fight. It's a big fight for sure. I'm fighting for my first pro title, which is cool, but it's also not the end goal. I'm still keeping my eyes set on the future. So just another stepping stone, and I'm ready to go out there and perform and, collect a belt on the way.
And I feel that I already know the answer to this, but just for the people that are listening and watching, do you feel like there's any pressure going into this fight? You're 3-0 as a pro. There's a lot of talk. You're one of the top guys in Utah, coming out of Utah right now. Do you feel like there's any pressure coming into this fight, fighting for your first pro title?
Honestly, no. If there is, I don't feel it. I just train my ass off every single day because at the end of the day, I'm out there to perform, whether it's win or lose. Like, yeah, being undefeated is awesome. But I honestly feel like the pressure is more on him because he's 4-0, I'm 3-0, right? So I feel like the pressure is more on him to keep his undefeated record. But somebody's always got to go, so obviously a win would be awesome for me, especially with this belt on the line and also for bigger opportunities coming up. But I know what's in my control training for this fight, and I know what's out of my control. And, I've come to terms with that, and I know what I'm capable of, and I can't wait to showcase that. I'm not going to let any pressure get to me because I know what I'm capable of, and I single-handedly think I'm the best bantamweight here in Utah.
I think that's so important, what you just said, and I think that's something I wish we could maybe we'll take that clip out and send it to a bunch of young fighters, understanding what's in your control and what's out of your control. And the stuff that's out of your control, just shelf it, right? Like, all the extra noise of, pressure of this and that and whatever, it's one fight at a time. It really doesn't matter if you're, 20-0 or 3-0. The guy standing across from you is coming to, put you out. So,
for sure.
And, and all those pressures of things that are just in our head. Right. And I'm remember when Matt Hughes said he was relieved when he lost to GSP because of the pressure. It's like, I think there are a lot of guys that get to the top and they feel that, but I also think that there are
And
guys.
especially at that level too, like we're not
Yeah.
in the UFC yet, but at the same time, it's like it's just a local show. I'm not overlooking Warren, absolutely not. I never overlook my opponents, but it's a local show. It's a big fight, but at the end of the day, I'm not at that top level just yet. So like I'm not gonna let any pressure get to me. Like I've never let that pressure get to me for big fights before in the past. I kind of forgot where I was going with that, but my bad. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, I think it's a valid point. You're not in the UFC yet, and like, but I think as you've learned how to shelf the stuff that's out of your control, that's something that when you do get to the highest levels will be something like we see it with guys that do an incredible job in these huge moments that thrive under the spotlight, and then you see guys that. There are guys, and I'm not going to call them out, but every time they got their shot on a big show, they crumble. They do let that get to them, and so I think that that's something you instill it young and early into your career, and you can carry that all the way through. Of figure out what I can control, and everything else can just get pushed to the side.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think I finally figured that out probably before my second fight when I fought Kesley. At the same time, it's like the way, like my mindset kind of changed after that. It's like, yeah, I'm taking this a lot more seriously. I want this to be my career, right? So, and just focus on what I can do, what I need to do to prepare, right? And at the end of the day, it's like we all throw the same shit. He throws a jab cross, I throw a jab cross. He has a guillotine, I have a guillotine. You know what I mean? Like we should all know everything that we know, right?
Sure.
It's just a matter of who's going to perform on fight night.
Yeah.
So, not saying that I'm slacking, but I'm ready to perform.
when you I don't know if you watch film on your opponents, but when you do you, or if you, I know that you've seen Warren fight before. What dangers and threats do you feel like that he poses in this fight to you?
I do watch film, but I also don't pay too much attention to film. I try to pick out things that I see a lot of repetitiveness. I do see a lot of his ground game, and I did see it with Samson, even though that was a combat jiu-jitsu match. But I think he does have a little bit slight of an edge of jiu-jitsu, but at the same time, jiu-jitsu is a lot different when you're getting punched in the face. And at the same time, like I don't intend taking the fight there. And if it goes on the ground, I know I'm confident in my skill set and my preparation for my training partners that I've been training with the last few months. Like I feel like my jiu-jitsu game's really leveled up in the last 6 months in general. So I mean, I feel like I'm right there with them, even though we've never competed against each other in a jiu-jitsu match before. But I feel like I'm at that level with him as well. And, if it goes to the ground, it goes to the ground, and we'll see what happens.
I like it.
You kind of tipped your hat. You don't plan on it going there. So I'm assuming that's safe to say. And I think most would assume that you feel like you have an advantage on the feet going into this fight.
Absolutely. I think I do. I mean, obviously no disrespect to Warren, because I like the kid. Every time I see him, we're always shaking hands. We're always cordial to each other. We even at his combat jiu-jitsu match, like I saw him, we talked, we chatted it up. I have nothing but respect for him, but I also feel like I'm a step ahead in the striking department for sure. I train with high level coaches and high level training partners, and I feel like I've just gotten better since my last fight.
Joel, you can throw my name in there as high level training partners if you want.
Stop it.
Dude, last time we rolled, Jason. Last time we rolled, you kept on saying, Joel, what are you doing? What are you doing, Joel? Joel, stop it. Stop. Joel, you're gonna hurt the old man. Remember that?
Yeah. I told Joel last week in training, I'm like, hey man, if you need to get some good rounds in for your fight, I'm available. I'm here.
What are you gonna do? Lay there?
Nothing. Yeah,
so what Jason was saying is that if I need a confidence boost, he's always there for me.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
He's that guy at the gym.
If you need somebody to choke out.
Oh, that's funny.
Joel, looking at this card, is there any other fights that you look at and you as a fan, maybe you you'd be excited to see?
Dude, I know Johan and Domenico is going to be a solid fight. I love watching both of those guys fight. They both bring it and they don't back down. You know, and then also Austin Strell and is it
Maggio.
you pronounce the
Dave
other
Mag-
guy's name?
Dave Maggio.
Maggio.
Yeah.
Dave
Yeah.
Maggio.
Yep.
I know that's going to be a solid fight. I know Jason, you introduced me to Dave before, but I've actually never seen Dave fight before, so I'm really excited to see him fight. I always hear good things about him, that he's entertaining, and but yeah, we also know Austin Strell's a savage too, you know. So that's another barn burner on the card for sure. Yeah, those two fights I'm pretty excited to hear about. I probably won't be able to watch it, but I'm hoping to be able to hear about it. Maybe watch it. Who knows?
Watch it on the replay. Are you a guy? Do you like to watch the other fights as they're happening? Like when I'm in the back, I don't even like to watch the other fights.
You know, it depends. If I know the people fighting, and if it's a fight that interests me, then like hell yeah, I'll do my best to try to watch it. But you know, if it's getting closer to my fight, I'm obviously not going to be watching it. But
Yeah,
I'm not sure where those fights are out in the card, close to mine or not. But yeah, I always try to watch if I know who's fighting, if I like the people that are fighting. Not saying I don't like people, but you know, if I have that camaraderie with them, if I know them, I always like rooting for them as well. You know, anyone really, but you know, if we have conversations or anything like that, I'm rooting for you for sure. You know, if you support me, I support you. You know, it goes both ways. So
cool.
Talk a little bit about your training camp and where you've been training. I know you've been getting some training in up at Koa with Bobby, flying out to the headquarters at Bang Muay Thai in Denver. Talk about how that's elevated your game these last couple of fights, because I know you've just recently connected with Bobby, and talk a little bit about how that's changed your game.
Oh, for sure. So for those of you that don't know, I started training with Bobby after my first fight when in fact, my first day of camp getting ready for the Kesley Collard fight. We went through that fight camp. You know, we won. Showed up for my second, and from there, that's when like the growth really happened. Getting ready for my Star Wall fight. You know, Bobby's an excellent coach. He's an excellent training partner. And same with everybody there at Koa. We got, let's see if I can name them all, especially for this camp. You know, I've been training with Thomas Hughes, been training with Hector, Chandler Stone, some up and comers that are coming out, the Fierce Challenger Series, bantamweight champion, Edgar Sorto. So that's been great getting some work in with those guys. And then unfortunately for this camp, I wasn't able to get out to HQ as often as I did last time. But I did get out there and got some work in with PJ McGee and all the other savages out there at Bang Muay Thai HQ, and it's been great, man. I feel like that's my home away from home. Whenever I go out to HQ, they've treated me with nothing but respect, treated me like a family there, you know. And same with Koa, you know, they've been great. And then obviously my home gym, Sierra MMA. Like I mentioned before, Samson Fomabout, he's a savage. He's been helping me with a lot with my ground game. And you know, everyone there at Sierra, they're, you know, when I fight, it's not just me that's fighting, it's everyone that's helped me prepare, whether it's everyone at Sierra, everyone at Koa, and everyone over at Bang Muay Thai, you know, like that's how tight all of our teams are, you know, like we help each other get ready, and when one of us fights, we all fight pretty much, you know, even though I can't bring them in the ring with me, I feel them there, you know, I know they're there, and you know, they've all helped me out in some ways, and we get the wins together.
Love that mentality. I mean, this is such an individual sport when you're in there, right? It is just you, but you're a reflection of your whole camp, right? And what everybody's been there for you. And when I say it's a team sport, it's not a team sport in the aspect of like when you're in there, it is just you and them. And that's what I love about the sport. But at the same time, you know, you are in there with everybody, because everything you do and all your training to get you to that point, you need those teams and those teammates and those coaches and those people in your corner.
Absolutely. And I apologize. I left out one of my other gyms, Phoenix Performance Institute, my coach Hector and coach Lauren, and also little coach Luna. You know, they've helped me get ready with my strength and conditioning for the last few fights. And, you know, that was obviously a game changer for me as well, especially leading into my first pro fight. That's when I started training with them. And Coach Hector and I were talking this morning after my workout, and it's crazy to see how my progression, my body composition, everything, my cardio, like even outside of camp, my cardio still, pushing it, and I'm still working hard in the last like 5 minutes of the 10th round, 10th, 20th round, whatever it is that we're doing, so I need to, give a huge shout out to them because they've really helped me step up my game, not just with my cardio, but my strength wise as well. Any athlete out there, whether it's fighting, soccer, basketball, whatever sport you're in, you guys need to get connected with them to level up your game for sure.
Awesome.
Love it.
So Saturday night, how do you see this fight playing out, Joel?
I'm looking to get another finish added to my record. I'll be honest. I'm at that point in my career where I'm just barely scratching the surface, and I feel like I really haven't shown everyone what I'm really capable of. Even though I have 3 stoppages on my record, I want to get a 4th one as well. And I don't want it getting out of the 2nd round.
I love it.
That's another unique thing. What somebody's always got to go, but all 7 of your guys' combined pro fights, you guys have finished.
All finishes, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I know Warren's a tough kid, man, and he's a tough kid, and I feel like I'm tougher. So we're gonna go out there and see who prepared better and see who's gonna perform better. And I'm gonna put on a show for everyone, win or lose. But I do envision myself having that belt around my waist at the end of the day.
I love it. This Saturday, Fierce Fighting Championship number 21 at the Maverick Center. Co-main event, Joel Haro, Warren Weigardner, 2 of the top bantamweights in the state. You guys are 1 and 2 in the state, right?
The 2 top
I believe I'm number 1.
You jumped him after your last fight. You jumped him, right? Because he was number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the 2 top bantamweights in the state battling out for the pro Fierce Fighting Championship belt. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to call this fight. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, hit the link, get your tickets. There's a pay-per-view link on there as well.
Click the link in my bio, pick up a fight shirt, get your tickets, get a hoodie, get a shirt, show some support, and tell your friends, man. We all saw the big crowd at UFC 278. Let's pack this Maverick Center. Let's get a crowd just like that. Support your local fighters before they get up to the UFC, man. That's what it's all about, So
I love it.
Kind of stealing your little platform there, Jason, but I feel like people need to listen up and hear us out. We got to pack out that house and just show big support for local MMA. Whether you're there to support me or support somebody else, you want to see me win, you want to see me lose, no matter what, come out, see some amazing fights. This card is stacked, and come out, have a good time at the fights.
Stoked, man. Super stoked. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Actually, I want to give a shout out to FX Supplements. They've helped me with all my supplementation throughout this whole camp. Jason Trujillo at True Culture Tattoos, he's been helping me tremendously out through this camp. Scott and Kristen Smith at the Lending Co. They're always behind me 100%, no matter what, whether it's fighting, real estate, no matter what, they're always there to take care of you. Sauced Up Salsa, we just re-signed our sponsorship deal. I'm so excited that they're keeping me around. So make sure you hit them up, get some of their salsa. Their freeze-dried salsa is awesome. If you're going to get the wet salsa, get the mango habanero. That's my favorite, all-time favorite. It's delicious. Let's see who else. Savage Underdog Apparel. And shout out to Zack Pryor for that as well. He's been taking care of me. He took care of me out when I was in Colorado with some meals and also my fight shirts. Like I mentioned earlier, go on my Instagram bio at Joel Haro MMA. Click the link in there and then hit the link to buy your shirt and hoodie. Let's see who else. Man, I have a long list here. Actually had them written out. Cody Bunderson with FST Filtration. He's always been there since day one. We've trained together for over 10 years, and he's always taking care of little brother. So I mean, shout out to you, Cody. Much love, brother. Let's see, and CBD Essentials out in Riverton, a Tiff. He's always been taking care of me with my CBD products, making sure I'm also staying recovered. And then shout out to my gyms, man. Koa Kingdom, Sierra MMA, and Phoenix PI. and Bang Muay Thai HQ. Thank you everyone for helping me get ready for this big fight.
I love it, man. I love it. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss it, baby. Joel, we'll see you Friday night for weigh-ins. Everybody else, we'll see you guys on Saturday.
Hell yeah, guys. Well, I can't wait to put on a show for everyone, and I'll see you guys Friday.
Doors open at 4, fights start at 5, baby. Be there. We out.
Or B squared.